Hello everyone, welcome to Red Snapper. My name is MJ, and this is a brand new season of Marvel Snap with
the Marvel Zombies coming to the game. And the Season Pass card, Zombie Scarlet Witch, she's a 3/2 after you play a card here, Horde +2. In this video, we're going to be discussing this brand new keyword, Horde. We'll talk about the decks that I think Zombie Scarlet Witch is going to fit into. It's going to be a fantastic time. You can actually skip to the chapter that you want using the timestamps and whatnot. However, True Legends stay until the end. And I should actually just give you a quick warning that I'm now on holiday in Florida. That's a lie. And I made these slides weeks ago and uploaded the video before the 18th of September. So I uploaded this absolutely ages ago. So some things could have changed. There might be some new information from data mines that aren't covered in this video. However, I believe it will mostly still be relevant. And so, yeah, still enjoy this video. And also, I'm filming this so far in advance that there's some question marks on the screen here because I don't know what variants and card backs we're going to see in that. So, yeah, apologies that this is not quite a complete video, but I am filming it so far in advance. Okay, let's talk about Horde first, shall we? Horde is a brand new keyword. It's featured on several of the zombie cards this season, and it is... Oh my god, my voice is breaking. I'm going through puberty. Horde. Give power to your zombie horde. If you don't have one, create one at another location first. So the first time you play a card with Horde, you are going to create this 0/0 token in another location, and then you'll give this 0/0 token power equal to whatever the Horde is. So for example, Zombie Scarlet Witch is Horde +2. So after you play a card on Zombie Scarlet Witch's location, if you don't have a Horde token, you will create a Zombie Horde token with 2 power. Crucially here, the most important thing to note about this keyword is that whoever's hoarding or whoever's triggering that horde effect, the zombie horde is being created in another location. That is the important element here. Okay, let's look at the mechanics and stuff. So, what decks do I think Zombie Scarlet Witch is going to fit into? I think that the Horde keyword is going to bring about a brand new archetype. So that's the Horde archetype. I think she'll also work in Silky Smooth because she is similar to those other redheads that we like stacking on top of. That's Angela, that's Hope, that's Elsa Bloodstone. I think because, again, we're stacking cards, I think we also might like the Fantastic Four archetype with her, because not only are you stacking cards on top of Zombie Scarlet Witch, but she's actually generating a token in another location, which makes it easier to fill that location. So there's a couple of reasons that you might want to play cards like Human Torch First Steps and Thing First Steps, etc. Because she is an ability that benefits from you stacking on top of her, I think there'll also be an opportunity for mergers. Agony. I mean, Agony's not... I guess Agony does kind of... it is kind of applicable, but like, I guess more so like Hulkbuster, possibly Symbiote Spider-Man, that sort of thing. Patriot decks, possibly, because the zombie... Actually, the zombie... Yeah, the zombie horde token is an abilityless token. So yes, that will gain power from Patriot. Maybe Atlantis style decks as well. You're generating a token in another location, and that might allow you to do things like an Ironheart and ultimately like a Namora and an Odin on the final turn, and then your zombie horde grows bigger and bigger and bigger. And as we will see in future videos this season, there might be some really nice synergies between Horde cards themselves. So, Horde is created in another location, and Zombie Scarlet Witch, or ZSW as some people may like to call her, allows you to keep growing it. So it can keep getting bigger. The first card of 5 cards that have the Horde mechanic this season. This sentence was started almost as if I should have just added some extra words onto that sentence. This is the first card of 5 cards that have the Horde mechanic. So yeah, I think Horde decks might look quite similar to each other because it is a limited mechanic. However, I think the future of the Horde mechanic could be really cool. Not only will I enjoy just seeing the random sort of like zombie character added to random seasons. I think it's okay to go a little bit off theme sometimes, or even as like a login bonus, that kind of thing. However, I saw a fantastic Reddit post. I'm afraid I can't remember who the author was, but I saw a fantastic Reddit post where they said that the Horde mechanic could be really good for like an Annihilation Wave type of season. So like a new Annihilus maybe, Annihilus Unleashed or Hoarding Annihilus, whatever they would call it, I don't know. But like this Annihilation Wave, if you're not familiar with Annihilation, it was a cosmic event that Marvel did. And basically, I have read it, but I can't remember. I read it like 20 years ago. Annihilus is creating like a massive wave of his Annihilus bugs that just basically consume half the universe or whatever. It was words to that effect. And I think actually at the moment, I think the Horde token is specifically called Zombie Horde, and I think the Horde keyword specifically refers to zombies. They could just make a minor tweak in future and just call it Horde. And so you could have like Annihilus Hordes and Zombie Hordes. Cool. So pros, getting +2 power each time you play on top of Zombie Scarlet Witch is really strong, especially as it's a different location. Yeah, so you play on Zombie Scarlet Witch, and then the really good thing is you're growing power elsewhere as well. So I think that's really good. And this is, you know, it's similar to the old Angela. It's just happening in a different location, basically, which was really powerful and so powerful it had to be nerfed, right? So I think that's really good. And it's also crucial to say at this point that the Zombie Horde token is a 0-cost card, so it actually won't be affected by Killmonger. As at time of recording, we just had a mental OTA where Killmonger was changed to... Sorry, I just burped. Sorry. He now only affects the one location. However, I don't know if that's been reverted by this time. It may well have, because we're literally talking about almost a month later. Also, by the way, I'm a liar. I am a liar. At this moment in time, I'm actually back in England. I actually, hopefully, you know, unless I died or whatever, I actually got back today. I arrived back today, but obviously I would be too tired to create this video. I wouldn't have had time to film it, and etc. etc. I'll tell you what. When I get back, I'll probably like catching up on TV programs. So I'm pretty sure that James Gunn has been hyping up. I think it's episode 7 of Peacemaker, and I believe episode 7 of Peacemaker comes out on the same day that I'm uploading this video, so I've got that to enjoy. Slow horses, big TV day. Oh god, Claire will kill me if I don't mention the new Taylor Swift album, which is also out today. Speaking of another ravenous zombified woman. No, I do actually really like Taylor Swift. Actually, check out our Taylor Swift vlog. We went to the Wembley Stadium, or not because there was multiple. We went to the first night at Wembley Stadium, and it was incredible. Claire absolutely loved it. Check out that video. It's on my Theme Park Life channel, which I will be uploading Florida vlogs on very soon, because we're obviously back from holiday. Wow, that was basically an advert. I'm actually going to have to put a timestamp that was an advert. Awful, awful vibes. I hope it doesn't come up saying this section's off frequently skipped forward on. I'll be fuming if that's the case. That was about 5 minutes. And it's a good way to spread power to different locations without playing there. So I really like that element of it. The cons. She is low tempo until you start playing a few things at her location. Like once you play her down, that's horrific. You've probably dropped priority. She's a 3-2, right? You play the first thing on top of her, or you play one thing on top of her. Okay, you create 2 power in another location. Still kind of low tempo because of 3-4 or whatever you've played. But then after that point, I think that snowballs a bit, and that's when you really start picking up steam, and you probably regain priority. Probably, I don't know what game you're playing. And you can't control where the Horde is originally created. So in any Horde deck, there's certainly going to be that element of unpredictability for you, for everyone. Counters though, so Shadow King is going to reset the Zombie Horde token back to possibly 0, unless you're hoarding on the final turn. Sorry, this is also under the assumption that you're playing Shadow King, that you're having Shadow King played against you on the final turn. I think the Clog archetype in general is going to be a difficult one for Zombie Scarlet Witch, because you want to play on top of her. Red Guardian, again, I've got the old graphics there, 3-2. I don't know what he is by this point, but he is going to definitely be able to target Zombie Scarlet Witch and probably succeed. It's vaguely unlikely you might have a card with lower power at that location. And then Cosmic Ghost Rider, Zombie Scarlet Witch, almost certainly going to be in the front row. So Cosmic Ghost Rider definitely going to be able to probably knock off a good amount of power that you might be doing either on the 5th turn or the final turn. or more if there's a magic involved in limbo, etc. And then synergies. Obviously, the Horde archetype likes Zombie Scarlet Witch. We'll have to see what those cards are like in future. Well, there's data mines, right? There's leaks, so we know what they're like. But what I'm saying to you is, if you want to watch in-depth analysis of those upcoming Horde cards, click subscribe. We're climbing the sticky slope of discontent to 6,000 subscribers. So yeah, please subscribe. That was so unenthusiastic and borderline disingenuous. I'm so regretful for that. However, the other cards, do I still have that image? I do. So I think that Second Dinner I think there's a conspiracy theory here. Look at the Weller semi-permanent hair colour, spicy ginger Shinefinity, right, which is ginger, that's like a ginger red hair, okay, is number 34 of their colour range. Oh wait, /34, but it's 3/4, right? And if you look, a 3/4, all of these cards in Marvel Slap are 3/4s, which is Jean Grey, Crystal, Elsa Bloodstone, Hope Summers, they're all ginger. And half of these cards you want to play Zombie Scarlet Witch with. So I'm 100% onto them. This is not tinfoil hat. This is like genuine X-Files stuff. Anyway, yeah, you can also stick Angela into there as well. She's a 2/3. But yeah, these cards are other cards that are Silky Smooth style cards that you want to play. The cards of the same location, you stack them because you mingle, you rhyme with Pringle. Pringle comes in stackies. So, in the decks that I've come up with, the first one is absolutely a redhead deck. In fact, I've called it Dead Redheads because we've also got Zombie Scarlet Witch in here. Now, sure, Zombie Scarlet Witch doesn't have red hair or ginger hair, etc. But she is sort of dead or undead. She's a zombie, okay? So that's sort of why this is called that. This is a budget deck. So it is a Silky Smooth or Indie Club style deck. Now around these parts, we call Silky Smooth Indie Club. We call it Indie Club because Indie Club, you mingle rhymes with Pringle, and Pringle goes with stack. And that's what you want to do with cards in this location here. You stack cards at the same location. So you want to stack cards like Angela, Zombie Scarlet Witch. You can get some Elsa Bloodstone action in there, Hope. Whatever you're doing, you can also Kitty Pryde. You can Nightcrawler to move stuff off. You can also move stuff off because you can move Mercury off. So that's how you like gain energy and gain power and stuff. And of course you're hoarding whilst all of this is happening. Elsa Bloodstone feeds into the hoarding because you're more likely to fill locations. And then you've got some unpredictability via the likes of Nick Fury and Cosmo, potentially shut some stuff down. Iron Lad can copy some really powerful abilities, either one of your redheads, of which you're like somewhat likely to hit one of them, or even if you copy like a Doctor Doom could be nice. And then you've even got Nick Fury in here to take a little bit of advantage off of the Hope Summers. You can play like a 6-cost card on turn 5, and also just to give you some extra unpredictability, all whilst you grow your Horde. This could be a very fun deck, and certainly Indie Club style decks are definitely going to love Zombie Scarlet Witch. And then I've got this is called Patriotic Chills. I don't really know why I'm calling it this, other than like zombies, spooky season, chilling, horrifying. But honestly, whilst I was creating this deck, I just had like that Grease song in my head. Is it a Grease Light? Is it Grease Light? I got chills. Actually, should I try and sing properly? I've got chills. They're multiplying. And I'm losing control, 'cause the power you're supplying, it's electrifying. You better shape up, ooh, 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 'cause I need a man. Yeah, awful. This is bad. Definitely shouldn't upload that anyway. So I'm going to start literally blushing, but you can't tell because of this. This is good. This is bad. This is awful. Yeah. Shall I even explain this deck, or have I just ruined it all by singing? Sort of. What can you do in this? Fun stuff like Hulkbuster, Angela, Zombie Scarlet Witch. You can Hulkbuster to merge into those things. You can Green Goblin to get the benefit and actually push your agenda on that side. Ant-Man can fill in another location. You can do stuff like a Bastion. Bastion might be quite cool on Zombie Scarlet Witch. And then it's got Patriot stuff in there as well. And then the Patriot... Moonstone alongside Patriot is obviously great. However, you do also have a Ant-Man as your only other ongoing card that can be Moonstoned. But you do have Blue Marvel in here as well, which of course can't be working with Moonstone, but it is a card, and then you can like Doom or Ultron, etc. I'm not too sure about that one. Anyway, the star ratings. Overall, this is a season pass card, so they're generally quite good, generally quite powerful, and I think she is very good. I give her 4 stars. I think from a fun perspective, I do think that building up a zombie horde is going to be quite a fun thing to do. So I'd give that 3.5 stars for fun. For the archetype, 5 stars. I think she's really good in Silky Smooth, but the reason I've given her 5 stars is because she is spearheading the new horde archetype, which I think is a thing. And from a competitive standpoint, yes, I think we'll certainly see her in the meta, so I've given her 4 stars. So ultimately, I do think she's a snap. I think, generally speaking, the season pass card probably represents good value, I guess. I mean, it's £120 a year. If you love the game, I guess it represents good value. But yes, I would say that you should get this. It's very good. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Like I say, I am back in England now, so yeah, wish me well in the comments. Say I hope you had a nice holiday. As Harry Perry says, he says post a pineapple if you got this far. I say comment. I haven't decided on what yet. Actually, I'll tell you what, I like watermelon. Can you comment a watermelon emoji? This is literally just ripping off Harry Perry Snap. Right. If you're doing that, at least go and subscribe to Harry Perry's channel, because this is disrespectful of me in a way. So this has all been very good. I hope you had fun, and I'll see you next time. Cheers.
I was so worried it was going to explode in my case.
Correct.
But that carbonation, nice.
Always.
Look how full that is for a can. That's
yes, to the brim.
That is.
That's getting bigger actually. Okay.
What do we do?
So that's. Oh, okay. Yeah. Right. Let's go into. Yeah. Oh dear. Right. Oh shit. This is fine, really.
You used to be my go-to Sunday choice when I used to go to flea fighters as a kid.
Oh, what was the product?
Butterscotch Sundays.
It wasn't going to be butterscotch salad, was it, mate?
Used to be my go-to Sunday.
Oh.
I used to go to Butters. Big Butters.
Oh, you meant you went on Sunday.
You said mandatory. That's the American pronunciation.
Oh, what's mandatory?
Mandatory, yeah, mandatory.
Oh, I have a lot of Americanisms.
I know. You called somebody a clerk. You said the clerk behind the counter. Who says that in the UK?
Yeah, I've just been raised on American.
The member of staff behind the counter.